stepping onto the field, the confidence it takes to play soccer. So, what is the correlation between confidence and skill in soccer? One similarity between these two subjects is improved output. As this graph by Canterbury Strength shows, optimal confidence is achieved through having great performance, but not being too confident. This is because overconfidence can severely limit performance. Having confidence is especially beneficial for being a team player. If a team is not confident in themselves or others, it will cause the player to become selfish and negative. This then leads to inspiration. Sean Figgins, an author for the Department of Sports and Exercise Sciences at the University of Chichester, claims inspiration can have a powerful effect on athletes' awareness of their capabilities. This produces higher quality results because inspiration is significantly correlated to success in sport. To summarize, confidence helps improve output through enabling a coach or teammate to inspire a team, which then can give the team the extra boost to get the win. But how does this connect to the stimulus? Well, moral courage not only helps players be their best, but it also helps players make important decisions. Moral courage is a significant factor that decides whether a player will stand up for themselves or not. One example of this would be a child who is being bullied by others for not being too good at soccer. This player can either stand up for themselves by either not retaliating, telling the coach or adult, or proving them wrong. This not only applies to soccer, this can also apply to, let's say, baseball. Jackie Robinson, one of the best baseball players of all time, was put down and stripped of many opportunities because of his race. However, he never gave up and became the first black MLB player through his courage and confidence. This was only achievable through taking risks. In soccer, it takes confidence to make tactical plays. This can be stated by Michael Betts, a professor in the Department of Human Sciences at Ohio State University, who says, "Soccer poses a moderate risk of injury. This shows how soccer players take the risk of being injured, but use it as fuel for being a confident player. Being open to growth can be correlated to soccer. Being open to growth is an important reason why moral courage can be correlated to soccer. This is because most players grow in confidence through making mistakes and learning from losing. With everything good, there comes a problem. The problem in this scenario is that parents are pushing their kids into sports. But why is this a bad thing? Soccer and other sports help keep kids healthy and happy. This is not always the case, which leads us to the rationale. A parent being forceful can be extremely stressful for kids. In fact, Jason Keel, an author for Lifehacker Publications, restates this by saying, pushing our children to participate in sports can have negative impacts such as decreased self-esteem, increased stress, and potential burnout. This exemplifies that forceful parenting is negative for athletic confidence. This can also be represented by the spell graph by Delvis Learning. This graph shows how optimal performance is achieved through a healthy amount of pressure. This connects to the overall idea that stress doesn't help build confidence. This is the case because stressful environments in the sports world linger with children and have detrimental effects on confidence. All of this occurs because kids do not have the choice whether they want to play or not. It seems like not having a choice is a common theme throughout history. One example of this is modeled by the painting Confrontation on the Bridge. In this painting, activists are attempting to cross a bridge, but they are stopped and attacked by police and civilians on the other side. These people also have no choice. Taking it back to soccer, it is important to recognize that not all people wanting to play the sport that they are in. There is one clear solution to this problem, which can be summarized as the option to choose. The process. Arguably, the best way to solve this problem is to inform children of risks. You see, although it is the parent who chooses whether their child plays a sport, the child is the one that decides how much they are willing to put at risk or sacrifice for the sport. A kid could decide between sitting on the bench or in soccer or playing striker. This risk factor also depends on what sport or position they play. Another reason why it is important to inform children of risks related to sport is summarized with, informing children of risks when they start playing sports is important to promote safe participation and reduce the risk of injury. This was said by Andrew Watson, a professor in the Department of Orthopedics at Wisconsin University. The idea that children should have the final decision when it comes to sports should also be implemented. This is because children should not be pressured by parents and get to decide where, when, and why they want to play soccer or any other sport. Implications. This solution will lower injuries because most of the kids who are forced into the sport without knowing the guidelines will no longer be playing. This is shown with these graphs by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention and research data. This first graph on the right shows the amount of children who get injured through sports. The other graph shows the amount of children who get injured in remedial activities. This first graph is out of 1,000, and the second is out of 100,000. Continuing on, not playing soccer will mean more time for academics and focusing on the future because more time will be available throughout the day for studying and learning. Limitations. Having less kids playing sports will reduce the number of athletic games and will limit a child's athletic prowess. In extreme cases, the CDC reports that not playing sports can cause heart diseases. Moving on to the emotional side, soccer is a place where many people find friends. Bird Brown, a blogger for the Baltimore Sun, reasons that sports are a wonderful way of making friendships. In the end, no matter what sport you play, it takes confidence to step onto the field. There's my videographer.
Terrific. Thanks, Dylan. I got a couple of questions for you, and then we'll wrap up. So for the first one, tell me a little bit about how your research question evolved as you moved through the research process.
So the place where my research question really evolved was when originally I was going to focus on a more broader aspect instead of like narrowing in on soccer. But then I decided to change and do soccer instead because it would be more centralized on my thinking and familiar to me.
Okay. And then as a follow-up to that, what new questions emerged as a result of your research, and are any of these questions really important?
Can you restate the question?
Sure. What new questions emerged as part of your research, and are any of these questions really important?
So some questions that surfaced were how is soccer and confidence correlated, and why are they correlated? And it really changed my thinking because of how the difference, because I always thought that they were completely correlated, but then I changed because of how different they are in some circumstances and how they affect others.
Okay.